Well, hello again, Pride fans, and welcome to another edition of the WV Mason Coach Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Dan Safarino with Joe Mihalich, head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball team. Well, 2 games and back to the winning side. 2 more wins for this team. First down in Delaware and then back at home against Elon. Coach, let's start in Delaware. Obviously a win, a much-needed win at that point. You go down there, played one of the most complete games we've seen in at least the last week, 2, 3 weeks. What did you like from the team?
Well, you know what I liked was our approach to the game. I thought we were, we got our spirit back. We got that bounce in our step back, and we needed it. Now, people are going to say that wasn't a real good win, but Delaware has now beaten Northeastern at Northeastern. They beat William & Mary, the teams that are at the top of the conference right now. They're hovering right around 500, so they've become a good team. And to go to their place and win the game when we hadn't been winning was a good win for us.
Bob, obviously never easy place to play. Then you go Saturday, you come back home, and you get another victory there against Elon, a team that it looked very similar to the first time you two teams met. But another performance. Wanye Green has a double-double. Amin Tanksley drops another 18 points. You get a good performance from Brian Bernardi. But Dion Nesmith coming off the bench with 22 points. And overall, everything was really just clicking that game.
Yeah, it was good. Dion worked so hard. He's been in the gym extra, and he's had a little bit of stretch there with him. He wasn't knocking it down like he knows he can. So it was good to see him taking shots, and again, it was his demeanor. It was just the way he looked taking those shots. He looked good, and and they went in. So we got to use that win as a springboard for this week coming up.
When you look at somebody like Amin Tanksley, your leading scorer for this team, drops 22 and then drops 18. What is it doing for his confidence to know that? Well, the recent birthday boy, of course, him and Wanye Green, finally getting back now to the form that we saw him early on in the season.
Yeah, he did have a couple games there where he wasn't playing as good, but as I said to the guys during that little stretch, it was 21 days of not playing the way we know we can, and we just had to get back to being who we are, not who we had become for that little stretch. And at the same time, during that little stretch there, we weren't far off. We were close, and the same can be said individually. Dion Nesmith wasn't far off. Amin Tanksley wasn't far off. Brian wasn't far. Nobody was. So we were able to close that gap and hopefully turn the corner. And we're far from where we need to be, and far from where we probably were when we were playing so well. But I think we're back headed in the right direction.
Well, you said it was those little things in fight, a mentality. You need to go out there and fight every single time. Did you see that from the guys the last week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, sure. I know it's a short answer, but yes, we did. Sorry.
Well, when you look ahead, obviously, things do not get much easier. Now you're tied for 4th place. You have a chance on Thursday to possibly tie for 2nd place. So when you look at the standings, are you looking so much at the standings right now and where you guys are sitting?
Well, I'm glad you said that because we're not looking at the standings. We're just trying to get back to playing as good as we can play because there's so much basketball left. We're not going to get caught up in, when you just said, I honestly didn't know where we were. I honestly didn't know. I knew we were clumped in there with a bunch of other guys. I know there's like 6 teams that are there's 2 that are a little ahead of everybody else. And I honestly, we don't want to concentrate on that. We're just going to one game at a time. I know it's a coaching cliche, but just that next game, that one game, and we're going to keep doing that till the end of the season. And when the dust settles, we're going to look up and see where we are. But who's in 4th, who's tied for 2nd, who plays who this weekend, it's just, we don't have enough energy to worry about that kind of stuff. We can just worry about ourselves.
Well, 2 big ones this week. Drexel on Sunday, but of course, I know you don't like looking too far ahead. Let's look at Thursday, which is obviously a very big game against Northeastern. The whiteout, entire place should be packed for a nationally televised game. What are you expecting from the Huskies this time around?
Well, nobody's going to change too much from what they've been all through the year, and there's no reason for them to change. They're a very good team. They're good 1 through 5, 1 through 7. They got a lot of them. Everybody talks about Atherton, and they should. He's a terrific player. He's one of the best players in the league. But boy, I'll tell you what, it's not a one-man band. I mean, they got 5 or 6 guys that can hurt you. You have to play them all honest, and at the same time hope that you can get Atherton under control. But it's a very good team, and I'll tell you what, it should be a great night. I hope the people will come out. We had a great game up there. It was a little bit of a shootout, 91-83, so obviously we'll be thinking about playing a little bit better defense this time, but sure he will too. I mean, they give up 83, we were even worse. But it has the makings of a great night. I mean, if anybody likes basketball and they want to see an exciting game and they have a white shirt, they should come to the game.
Well, when we look back at that first meeting, obviously at Matthews Arena, tons of lead changes, like you said, it really was a shootout. Is there something in that game that you learned about this team that you can adjust to now this week?
I hope so. But I can't tell you.
Well, Thursday it's going to be nationally televised game. It's going to be a very big one against Northeastern, and then they go down to Drexel on Sunday. So you come out on Thursday. Wear a white T-shirt right here at the MAC. Of course, Joe Mihalich and Dan Savarino. We'll catch you next week, Pride fans.
Thanks, Steve.